I used to have very beautiful, thick, long hair when I was younger. This is my fidget spinner when I feel anxious, and it's actually really fun. Anyways, I lost my hair when I was like 19. My doctor diagnosed me with androgenetic alopecia, and my hair started falling out in clumps. You could see my scalp. Everyone I spoke to wasn't speaking to me, they were speaking to my skull or my brain, I don't know. You know when you're looking at someone and someone's staring at your scalp? That is the worst feeling. So if you are suffering from hair loss, this video is for you, because I'm going to be talking about how I managed to fight my hair loss using only natural methods. It was really hard as a woman to go through hair loss. I tried everything, and I first started with what most people do, is they go to their doctor. And my doctor, they prescribed me minoxidil and finasteride, one of the most common over-the-counter drugs that you can get for hair loss, approved by the FDA many years ago. I haven't had any new medicine since then. When I started using minoxidil, I started getting really bad side effects. Losing my hair, firstly, which is so traumatic when you are suffering from hair loss. And also I was getting like a rash and a very itchy scalp. So I knew I had to stop, and I stopped. Coming from a mathematical science background, I was very clued up in the scientific world, really dived into scientific research. There was so much misinformation out there. I just couldn't wrap my head around. No one had cured hair loss. Be looking at videos of people, you know, from the 80s, from the 60s, people had thick hair. You don't get that anymore in these days. Like, you'd walk out on the street and like 1 in 3 men are balding, and 1 in 2 women also suffering from hair loss. It was just insane. Definitely something has changed, and there are so many different environmental factors which I'm not going to go through today, but I did want to talk you through exactly what I found during these studies and what helped me transform my hair. Included rosemary, sage, peppermint. Also, I was stumbling across other things like scalp massages, derma-rollering. Underlying thing that threads through all of this is blood flow. What I uncovered when I was doing my research and scientific studies was groundbreaking. I found 6 things that were natural alternatives to minoxidil and finasteride that helped to promote hair growth, but didn't just look at the symptom. It was targeted at solving the root cause of hair loss. No pun intended. The things I found included scalp exfoliation, scalp massage, scalp nourishment using topical treatments like rosemary oil, microneedling, and internal nourishment, which included balancing your hormones and fighting DHT, which is the hormone that causes hair loss. And that also includes promoting hair growth by eating specific foods that actually fed your hair. You can go away now and stop this video and be like, okay, cool, I have the answers to how to promote hair growth. But I will caution you, because that is exactly what I thought, and I started implementing these things into my hair growth routine, and guess what? I started to see no results. There are specific things around each of these steps that you need to follow so that you can start to see results. So the first step, scalp exfoliation. Now that is really important because your hair grows from your scalp, and you want to make sure that your scalp is the best environment for hair to grow. If you're suffering from dandruff, scalp calcification, especially if you're seeing your scalp in the light and you see it shining, you will definitely need to know about this step. Now, the misconceptions about scalp exfoliation is that you can just use a scalp massage brush and be done with it. So there are 3 things to consider when you are scalp exfoliating. You need to be consistent with scalp exfoliation. That means doing it twice a week for best results. Now, the way to scalp exfoliate effectively is to use topical treatments that help you do that. Now, using salicylic acid, glycolic acid is a great way as a first step to do that. Secondly, using a hard bristle brush every single day. Yep, that's right, every single day, which will help to unlock some of that scalp exfoliation, that scalp fibrosis, so that you can, when you do start to put topical treatments, they are gonna go into your scalp and heal your hair and make it grow thicker and stronger. Now, the next step, if you've done step 1 correctly, then you can move on to scalp nourishment, which also includes using rosemary oil. Everyone knows about rosemary. I actually started using rosemary oil before it became viral on TikTok and on social media. But what no one knows is that you need to use a specific type of rosemary. you need to use cineol rosemary versus verbone. So cineol is actually more potent, it stimulates blood flow and is the more potent version of the two. Now most products, cosmetic products, use verbone, so you want to make sure you want to use the right rosemary oil. Not only that, is that people make the mistake of only incorporating rosemary oil into their hair growth routine. You want to use other essential oils that promote hair growth and that have been studied, because using multitudes of organic cold pressed oils is going to have the most synergistic effect on your hair growth. So the other essential oils include sage, peppermint, lavender and cedarwood, as well as pumpkin, hemp and black seed oil. I have my own Super Roots hair oil, which includes all of these essential oils, as well as the right rosemary oil. Number 3, so scalp massages. Everyone knows that scalp massages is good for hair growth. A lot of studies on it. There's also devices to help promote hair growth. I have done a few reviews on some devices if you want to check it out on my channel, including the Grow Band. But the one thing that people don't tell you is you need to do 20 minutes to 30 minutes of scalp massages every single day. Now, that is not just like me just plucking it up from the air. This is taken from a study, because the way to think about hair growth is that you need to be consistently providing the hair with blood flow, with oxygen, with nutrients. So to get the best results, I mean, if you start scalp massaging, you'll see some benefits, but you're not going to see the hair growth. So you're going to need to do it 20 to 30 minutes a day. There are other things that can help you do that, using an EMS device, a high frequency wand, a Grow Band, a scalp massage brush. Those are all things that can help you get to that quota. But the important thing to know is that you really want to just invigorate the scalp. You don't want to move the hair follicles. So that includes pinching, it includes using your knuckles, using the palms of your hands, and making sure that you're covering the whole scalp. Now, the next step is microneedling. Everyone is talking about derma-rollering for hair loss, but no one is talking about the right tool, the right depth, and the right frequency. So it is no doubt in my mind that the right tool to use for microneedling is just the derma roller. It's just the individual needle derma roller, rather than the titanium disc, which has knives. They look like this, which I'm showing here. And if you do a test on the real needle derma roller versus fake, you can see the difference in terms of the incisions it makes. Always get a real needle derma roller. 1.5 millimeter is the optimal depth to go past the epidermis into the dermis where collagen is produced. So you just want to get yourself a 1.5. Like that's just, you just have to, and you want to get pinpoint bleeding. That's what I did. You can check out my Be a Derma Roller as well if you wanted to see one that's actually effective against hair loss. So next is internal nourishment. So what does that mean? You want to be making sure you're eating enough good fats like avocados, nuts, seeds, legumes, berries for antioxidants. But what you want to do for, especially if you're suffering from female hair loss, is to balance your hormones. And you really want to make sure you're eating red reishi, licorice, and saw palmetto. Those are the 3 special supplements I would recommend to decrease your levels of DHT, which is the hormone that causes hair loss. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next video.